Imagine living in a waterfront home where you can just walk out to your boat right there in your backyard, or living on a golf course minutes from the beach. Sounds like a dream come true, right? Well, that's actually everyday life here in Coral Ridge Country Club Estates in Coral Ridge. And this honestly might be Fort Lauderdale's best waterfront neighborhood, but let's break it down. And in this video, we're gonna talk about everything that you need to know about living in Coral Ridge and Coral Ridge Country Club Estates. We're gonna cover everything from the location, the real estate, things to do, schools, and we'll even cover a couple things that people actually get wrong about living here in Coral Ridge. But before we jump into that, if you or anyone you know are looking to buy, sell, or invest anywhere here in Fort Lauderdale or South Florida in general, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. We help hundreds of families just like you make the move here to South Florida and Fort Lauderdale, live on the water, and unfortunately some to actually leave the area completely. So whatever we can do to help you, please let us know. You can call us, email, text us, whatever's easiest for you, we got you. But now let's talk about the location and where is Coral Ridge here in Fort Lauderdale. The big thing with Coral Ridge is the location, so let's talk about that. So Coral Ridge and Coral Ridge Country Club Estates essentially start on Commercial on the north end, run all the way south to Sunrise on the south end, and everything is east of Federal or US 1, which is a really nice thing. So you're being minutes from Lauderdale by the Sea, Fort Lauderdale Beach, and even Pompano Beach. So most people actually end up walking to it. They take a golf cart, even a short bike ride away. So that's one thing, but what I personally like about it is that there are homes here that are actually on the water. So if you're a boater like myself, you can have a boat here with no fixed bridges. That's the big thing. So deep water access, you can have a sailboat, a boat with a center console, fly bridge, maybe even a Viking. The world's your oyster with living on the water here, and that's really a huge draw to it. Not to mention, maybe you don't own a boat, but you like to engage in different things within like the yacht club. We do have the Coral Ridge Yacht Club, and we're also not too far from the Fort Lauderdale Yacht Club as well, right off of 17th Street. On top of that, you might be a golfer, and like we mentioned before, golf course homes, you're minutes from the beach. So there is the Coral Ridge Golf and Country Club within the community, and it's not like Boca at all. So you don't have to actually join it if you don't want to. It is an optional membership if you would like to join. You actually don't even have to live in Coral Ridge to join it too. But they do have a golf membership as well as a social membership, which is a really nice thing. And honestly, if you didn't live on the water, some of those homes on the golf course are extremely nice as well, with a gorgeous view, not backing up to another home, but actually the golf course. Now in terms of the real estate here in Coral Ridge, we have everything from mid-century modern homes, new construction homes, luxury mansions, pretty much the world's your oyster. Like this is a perfect example right here, a brand new construction. They bought a home, pretty much tore it down all the way to the studs and are rebuilding it. Now there's two different sides like we were talking about. So you have Coral Ridge on the south side, which is a little bit more affordable. Median price point's about $1.1 to $1.3 million. Then when you get into Coral Ridge Country Club Estates, a little bit larger homes, but for the most part, you're gonna be right around $2 million, even to live on the golf course. You wanna live on the water, you're probably gonna be close to the $3 to maybe $3.5 million. Now, with that being said, like we talked about before, there are no fixed bridges, which is a really nice thing. However, you can live in both right around $1.5 million to $2 million and be pretty much in the heart of everything. And right now, this is the most expensive listing in both the Coral Ridge Estates and Coral Ridge in general. They're asking $39 million for it, and it is a 9-bedroom, 17 bathroom, just under 18,000 square foot single family house that is the entire cul-de-sac. And honestly, one of my favorite things about Coral Ridge is the proximity to everything. So not only do you have the Coral Ridge Mall and this Publix right here, but you also have plenty of other shopping and dining options pretty much all up and down Federal, Sunrise, Oakland, and even commercial. So you have a Whole Foods, you have a couple different Publixes, you have Trader Joe's nearby, there's a fresh market in terms of grocery stores. Only thing we don't have is a Costco, but Davy one's not too far. In terms of restaurant options, the world's really your oyster. We have things like Bahama Breeze across the street, the world famous Mai Kai, PDQ, the Mecca, Chipotle. There's also plenty of upscale dining like that of Serafina, which is a great Italian restaurant. You have things right there on the Gulf Mile, which aren't too far. You can go down to Lauderdale by the sea. So as you can see, there's plenty of different options. The only thing we don't really have a ton of right here in the Coral Ridge area is nightlife. However, there are plenty of great bars. So like if you're trying to go grab happy hour or maybe even just a drink with some friends, you can head to Lauderdale by the sea, Gulf Mile. You also have areas like that of downtown Fort Lauderdale, which aren't too far away, but you'd probably be better off Ubering or driving. It's not pretty much right within the neighborhood. Now let's talk about the schools. So there are some great school options, whether you're looking for elementary, middle, high school, especially when it comes to the private schools. So on the K through 12 side of things, some great options are like that of Westminster Academy, as well as Pinecrest, which are literally down the street from each other. Then in terms of high school options, if you don't choose to go to those, there's also Cardinal Gibbons High School, which is smack dab in the middle of Coral Ridge. And there's also St. Thomas Aquinas, which isn't too far away either. And they are an absolute powerhouse at football and pretty much every sport for high school sports in general. And within the community, there's actually a couple different parks like that of Bayview Park, which is literally right next door to Cardinal Gibbons. I remember when I went there, they had quite a few practices out here, like the cross country team works out here, rugby used to, football does some workouts, and then you also have the football field back there. There's tennis courts, basketball, and even the playground. And then aside from Bayview Park, we also have George English Park, which I honestly like a lot. Not only do we have the basketball courts, there's a little boat ramp over there. There's a fixed bridge, so you can't be putting a large boat in. There's also a playground. there's tennis courts, which I'll show you, and there's pickleball courts. And this might just be the best place to play pickleball in all of Fort Lauderdale. It's a little secret spot. I can't believe I'm putting you guys on it. But if you're not super good or you don't want to go somewhere that it's super packed, these courts aren't anywhere near as crazy as things like that of Holiday Park or even the new Fort. See, I told you, nowhere near as packed, and it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday. Now let's talk about some common misconceptions when it comes to living in Coral Ridge. I think the first one is that there has to be an HOA fee. Think about it, Coral Ridge Country Club, there's an HOA because there's golf and country. But like we talked about before, the golf and country club is not mandatory. You don't have to join it. You can join it if you want. You can join just the golf, the social. It's up to you. So you can join it, but that doesn't mean there's an HOA within the community. So homes on the water, homes on the golf course, and even homes that aren't even on the golf course do not have an HOA at all, which is one of the reasons why Coral Ridge and Coral Ridge Country Club estates are so highly sought after. There's no HOA. The next misconception, oh, all the homes in Coral Ridge are old. They're all built in the 60s and 70s. Well, that might be true. A lot of them were built in the 60s and 70s. Most of them have actually been taken all the way down to the studs and rebuilt from the inside out. So that's pretty much brand new drywall, brand new kitchens, bathrooms, most importantly, brand new roofs and impact windows. The one thing you do have to look out for, and that's pretty much for all homes east of 95, is looking at the plumbing to make sure that the cast iron pipes have been either replaced with PVC or they've been lined. On the flip side of things, there are quite a few brand new construction homes as well. Meanwhile, you will pay a premium for some of these new construction homes, mostly built between 2018 and 2025. They're taking some of these older homes, pretty much tearing them down and building some gargantuan, beautiful mansions, both on the water as well as those on the west side as well. And lastly, I think probably the biggest misconception when it comes to living in Coral Ridge is that you need to be a multi-millionaire to live here. I mean, Joe, we have a property that's listed for $39 million. Meanwhile, yes, I do know that we have that. We do have some amazing trophy properties. If you want to be in the point of any canal, you're gonna pay a premium for it. Meanwhile, you can easily find a home on the water, single family wise, in that $2 to $4 million range, or even there are some condos in the $300,000 to $800,000 range. Meanwhile, if you still want to live in Coral Ridge, but you're not crazy about living on the water, you're going to enjoy either the yacht club or boating's just not your thing, you're going to go and enjoy the beach. We do have the homes that are a little bit further west, whether they're on the golf course or not, and you can easily be in the $1.5 to $2.5 million range. And at the end of the day, I honestly think that Coral Ridge and Coral Ridge Country Club Estates is not only one of Fort Lauderdale's best waterfront neighborhoods, but it's also one of the best neighborhoods to live in the entire Fort Lauderdale area. From the convenience factor, the ability to live on the water, the proximity to everything, it really is the ultimate place to live. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Is this the best waterfront community here in Fort Lauderdale? And if you or anyone you know are thinking about making a move here to Fort Lauderdale, Coral Ridge, or anywhere here in South Florida, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can call us, email, text us, whatever's easiest for you, we got you.